Hello everyone, my name is Johan and I'm from South Africa. I've been living here in China for the last 5 years and 4 years of them have been spent in Hangzhou. Today it's my pleasure to introduce to you one of the most scenic spots here in Hangzhou called the Autumn Moon over the calm lake.
Mid-Autumn Festival is one of the 4 traditional festivals in China. During this festival, people watch the moon, eat mooncakes and set off water lanterns. When Hangzhou was the capital of China 800 years ago, both imperial family and the public would celebrate this festival and took it as an opportunity to pray for a family reunion. But landing an ideal spot for a brilliant moon view is not an easy task. We have to find and secure a proper location, surroundings that would help present a good view of the moon. It appears that the waterfront is a decent option. Sitting between the Solitary Hill and the West Lake, Hu Qiu Yue and the west end of Bai Causeway is the most popular site. Some even believe it was made for watching the moon. There was no specific location to have a moon view at first. Instead, people celebrated the festival by riding a boat on the lake at night. Some 1,300 years ago, the government built 2 pavilions named Lake View and Moon View at a site with a fantastic panoramic view. Some 400 years ago, when the imperial court spent extravagantly to rebuild the old scenery of Westlake, the Lakeview Pavilion was renovated and a memorial in honor of the Dragon King was erected. On a tour over the Westlake in 1699, Emperor Kangxi chose the palace of the Solitary Hill as his residence. He found this perfect site, surrounded by water on the 3 sides, and immediately ordered his men to convert the memorial into his own imperial study. A stone-fenced platform in front of the study was paved for him to watch the full moon, and the emperor's handwriting, Hu Qiu Yue, was inscribed on a plaque overhead. A steel pavilion was later erected next to the study, making the site a complex of study, courtyard, steel, and pavilion. As these were close to the imperial palace, the average people had no access. As the People's Republic of China was founded, years of renovation, expansion, and reconstruction have turned it into a park strip, brimming with flowers, trees, and rockeries. The complex that sits on the water in general is comprised of a rectangular pond in the center and some structures around it. Now we can see the steel pavilion in the east, Shichu Bridge, and Yuebu Pavilion in the west, the imperial study in the south, and the lakeshore in the north. In fact, for each of the plaques the emperor wrote of the 10 best lake views, there was an imperial study. But today we could only find the one here in Hu Qiu Yue. The site has remained intact with trees, courtyard, terrace, and pavilions. Nothing has been changed. The imperial stele re-erected in 1980 precisely copies the original size, pattern, and the imperial's inscription. Both sides are engraved with the 4 characters Hu Qiu Yue in handwriting. For views on the West Lake, there's been a saying that it looks strikingly good on a sunny day, even better when it's raining, or at a moonlit night, but the best usually comes from snow. Therefore, an insider's tip for a lake tour is to spend a moonlit night than daytime. You would truly get what looks like a picture of the moon and the lake both shimmering from a breezy night. The acreage of scenic site is the smallest among the 10 best lake views, but actually it is the biggest for what we are provided. Let's find the rolling hills afar, a fascinating skyline around, the well-lit buildings fringed by the peach and willow, and a bright moon mirrored in the clear water. That's the timeless beauty of the West Lake. Interestingly, the moon view is also constantly eulogized in a string melody that reproduces the scene of a poetic and picturesque night with a Chinese instrument called guzheng. We play it for a wish to appreciate our life and everything from nature. The exquisite Chinese fashion villa on the west side of the park is one of the few well-preserved ancient buildings on the West Lake. Sometimes it's called Hutian Ibilo, but mostly we call it Hardoon Garden, after its millionaire owner Silas Aaron Hardoon, or Luo Garden after his wife. In 1927, the government handed the villa to Zhejiang University. The next year, it was rented on just $1 to the president of Beijing University, Tai Yuanpei, and the great artist Lin Fengmian. They founded today's China Academy of Art on the site. In the 1950s, China Academy of Art decided to move out. The government started to bring the villa back to the public. It was therefore made a real park as an extra part of Hu Qiu Yue. Pick a good weather day from August 14 to 16 on the Chinese lunar calendar and you would have the best time of year to watch the moon here. Try the beggar's chicken, Westlake fish, and tea fried prawns, at the Lo Wai Lo restaurant first. Then take a walk to the lakeside platform for a breathtaking view of the lake, moon, and sky. You will get everything in sight, and no need for a boat ride. Just stay overnight to watch the moon rise and fall. If you happen to get there in daytime, don't miss the sight of Hardun Garden, or now the Xiling Society of Seal Engravers. This is truly a hidden gem in the park's neighborhood.
Hangzhou, 欢迎你!